The soft ping of a notification sliced through the quiet of our movie night, shattering the calm like a pebble in still water. I watched Emily's face, bathed in the dim glow of the streaming service, as her fingers danced across her phone with effortless precision. A faint smile tugged at her lips, a smile that once belonged to me. My chest tightened, a familiar ache settling in as I realized I was holding my breath, waiting for her to notice I was still there. The movie credits rolled, unnoticed, while she typed, chuckled softly at her screen, and typed again. 20 minutes later, when she finally glanced up, her eyes held a flicker of surprise, as if she'd forgotten I was in the room. "What's up?" she asked, her thumb still poised over the screen. That moment crystallized everything I'd been denying. "My name is Ethan, I'm 29, and I work as a supply chain analyst. This is the story of how I learned that solitude is better than being invisible." Emily's phone obsession didn't appear overnight. We'd been together for 3 years, sharing an apartment for the last one, in what I thought was a strong partnership. But 6 months ago, she reconnected with her old university friends, Liam, Noah, and Carter. Their names became a constant in our lives, uninvited guests in every conversation. What started as occasional texts grew into an unbreakable digital chain that pulled her away from me. I'd come home after long days coordinating shipments, exhausted, only to find Emily laughing at her phone while our dinner sat untouched. The stir-fry would cool, the sauce thickening, as she typed out responses to Liam's latest breakup drama. Our talks were punctuated by the relentless buzz laugh cycle, leaving me feeling like a guest star in my own life. When I suggested phone-free evenings, she'd sigh and call me overbearing. The word stung, twisting my need for connection into something controlling. 2 months before that movie night, I tried addressing it head-on. "The constant texting is overwhelming," I said, choosing my words with care. Her response was sharp and immediate. "Seriously, Ethan? Jealous of my friends? That's so clingy. They're just friends." The way she said, "clingy," made me doubt myself. Was wanting my partner's attention during our rare moments together really unreasonable? I started watching other couples in public, wondering if this was normal. But deep down, I knew something was fundamentally off about sharing my life with someone whose focus was always elsewhere. After that talk, Emily doubled down. Thursday board game nights with her friends became untouchable. Weekend coffee dates stretched into full-day hangouts. Random Monday meetups popped up whenever Noah needed career advice or Carter had a personal crisis. She'd invite me with a tone that screamed, "Please don't come." I'd decline, refusing to play the role of the awkward tag-along in my own relationship. Everything shifted 4 weeks before that pivotal movie night. My company announced a new regional hub opening 3 states away, and my manager pulled me aside with an offer. Supply chain manager, a 35% salary bump, and a full relocation package. It was the career leap I'd been chasing for years. I came home that night, buzzing with excitement, ready to share the news with the person I thought was my partner. Instead, I found Emily sprawled on the couch, video calling Liam about some old college prank. Her laughter filled the room, her face alive in a way I hadn't seen in months. I waited. 15 minutes passed. She didn't look up. "I'm done," I said quietly. She glanced over, confused. "Done with what?" "With being jealous of your friends." "I'm over it." She smirked. "That's progress. See? Not so hard." "Yeah," I said, a cold resolve settling in. "Progress." That night, as Emily texted until 1 a.m., her phone's glow casting shadows across our bedroom, I accepted the job. I began planning in secret, scheduling apartment tours for my days off, researching the new city, and organizing the logistics of my move. The irony of coordinating my own life's transition wasn't lost on me. Meanwhile, Emily remained consumed by her friends' dramas. Liam's relationship woes demanded hour-long calls. Noah's job stress required her full attention. Carter's travel plans ate up entire evenings. I watched her pour her energy into solving their problems while our relationship crumbled unnoticed. I started making changes quietly. I gave notice on our month-to-month lease, booked movers for the next Friday, bought fewer groceries, and redirected my mail. I packed non-essential items into boxes, stashing them in the spare closet. Emily, glued to her phone, didn't notice her partner methodically untangling himself from their shared life. The truth came out, predictably, through social media. My brother, Jake, posted a congratulatory note about my new job and relocation. Emily saw it while scrolling between texts, her face shifting from confusion to shock to panic. "What's Jake talking about?" she demanded, phone still in hand. "I got promoted. I'm moving for work." "Moving? When were you going to tell me?" "I tried a month ago." "You were busy." The argument that followed was surreal. Emily oscillated between anger and pleading, all while glancing at her phone as notifications poured in. Liam wanted input on his weekend plans. Noah needed feedback on a work project. Carter asked for hotel recommendations. When she picked up her phone mid-argument to text someone, I knew I'd made the right choice. "You're texting now?" I asked, incredulous. "I need advice. This is insane." "Great. Maybe Liam, Noah, or Carter has a spare room." Her face paled. "What do you mean?" "The lease is in my name. I'm ending it and covering the penalty. You've got 30 days to figure it out." She stormed out to her friend Sarah's place that night, sending 62 texts I ignored. I was too busy packing, preparing for the life I'd chosen over the one I'd been tolerating. Moving day was chaos. At 6:30 a.m., as the movers loaded my things, Emily showed up with Liam, Noah, Carter, and Sarah, plus a rented moving van. Her plan was clear: move her stuff out simultaneously, creating a scene. "Some of this is mine," she declared, pointing to furniture I'd owned before we met. "Which pieces?" I asked, pulling out a folder of receipts. Liam stepped in, playing peacemaker. "Don't be like that, man. Not your call, Liam. I'm keeping what's mine." They tried claiming everything: the TV my dad gave me, the dining table I'd bought pre-Emily, even kitchen gadgets with receipts proving ownership. When Carter grabbed my gaming console, saying Emily used the streaming account, I almost laughed. The movers stayed professional, loading only what I directed, while Emily's crew grew belligerent, trying to block them. Then Noah slipped. "Come on, Ethan. She gave you 3 years. She deserves something." The words hit hard. Gave me 3 years of being sidelined in my own life. Even Emily looked uncomfortable. "That's not all yours now, guys," I cut in. "Enjoy those game nights." Sarah jumped in. "You'll regret this when you're alone." "I'd rather be alone than invisible." While they bickered, the movers finished. I did a final walkthrough, handed the keys to the landlord, who'd watched the drama unfold, and got into the moving truck. Emily tried one last move. "Wait, Ethan, I love you." First time she'd said it in months. The last was when I'd surprised her with festival tickets. "You love the stability I gave you," I said. "Not the same thing." The 9-hour drive was cleansing. Music, quiet, and no pings stealing my focus. My new apartment was better than I'd hoped: rooftop deck, short commute, neighbors who could talk without checking their phones. At work, I met Olivia from finance, who'd also just moved. Over lunch, we swapped relocation stories. She didn't glance at her phone once in an hour. It felt like a revelation. Emily's social media spiral entertained mutual friends who sent screenshots. "Some people can't handle a woman with strong friendships," she posted. "When he's too insecure to communicate, he runs away." Thriving with my real crew. Thriving, apparently, meant crashing at Sarah's, unable to afford our old place alone. None of her friends offered a room. Liam's comment, "You're better off, Queen," came with no housing offers. 6 months later, Jake told me Emily had tracked down his address through old friends and showed up at his place at 10 p.m., looking worn and desperate. "I need to talk about Ethan," she told my sister-in-law, Mia. "It's 10 p.m., Mia said. "It's important." I messed up. Mia was firm. "Ethan's happy. Move on." Emily's response laid it all bare. He's with someone new already? We were together 3 years. Yeah, Mia said, and he spent half of it being ignored. Emily's breakdown followed, sobbing about struggling to afford rent, Sarah kicking her out, Liam too busy with his new partner for game nights, Noah and Carter only calling when they needed favors. You made choices, Mia told her. This is what happens. Emily didn't stop. She found my work email via LinkedIn, sending a long message about therapy, her attention struggles, and wanting to move to my city for a fresh start. I shared it with Olivia. We laughed over dinner. My reply was short, please don't contact me again. Wishing you well. Her follow-up, suggesting coffee to catch up, earned a block. 9 months later, when Olivia met my parents, my mom said something that hit deep. It's nice to see you with someone who sees you. Even she'd noticed what I'd been missing. Now, a year on, Olivia and I are planning a quiet wedding next summer. Emily's blocked everywhere. Jake says she's back with her parents after more failed relationships. Liam, Noah, and Carter have moved on, leaving her without her constant validation circle. Here's what I wish I'd known sooner. When someone shows you their priorities, trust them. When they panic because you're leaving, that's not love, it's them missing the comfort you provided. You deserve someone who chooses you first, not as a fallback. Sometimes, the kindest thing you can do is walk away from someone who's already chosen everything else. Tonight, Olivia and I have dinner plans. Our phones will stay in our pockets.